It's political dynamite. If the Albanese government were to back down on implementing stage 3, 2.5 million middle-income Australians, 2.5 million, they all vote, will pay thousands of dollars in additional tax. A wage earner on $120,000 would be $1,875 worse off. A household of two, one's on 120, the other's on 80, they would be collectively $2,750 worse off. This is political dynamite. But Innes, this is 2024. I mean, when the tax cuts are due, and when you see where interest rates are going, the forecasts, if you believe forecasts, say there'd be a downturn in economic growth the next couple of years, the economy would be very weak. We might get inflation back to 3%, but would have knocked the guts out of the economy. So 2024 is a perfect time for the tax cuts.
Well, absolutely. We don't know what the economy will be like in 2024. We have a lot of predictions, a lot of forecasts around that, but it's almost 2 years away. And, you know, you've got to give people hope, aspirational people hope, that if they work harder, they earn more money, they will be able to put more into their pocket and put more into their pocket in a sustainable way. You know, 2024 may well be the perfect time for tax cuts, and that's why we shouldn't be ruling that out now.
Absolutely.
That's why it's been to have this argument and this discussion.
Absolutely.
Now.
Just let me take you to Sally. Let me take you to Sally. Sorry, to Sally McManus from the ACTU. She said that when stage 3 was introduced in 2018, the world was a different place. She said no COVID, no lockdowns, there was no JobKeeper, and while wages were stagnant then, workers were not facing the absolute cost of living crisis confronting them today. How do you respond to those comments?
Couple of points quickly, Alan. One was, as you said, these have been in place since 2018. 2024 is 6 years after that, so governments have had time to plan around that. Treasuries have had time to plan around that. The fact still is that everyone wants to have more money in their pocket, absolutely, but at a time when businesses are doing it tough, the global economy is doing it tough, a pre-planned tax cut is the best, most straightforward, most sustainable way for people to get more money in their pocket to either spend or save as they see fit. That's what's attractive about this.
Absolutely. And let's repeat the final point you made. After all this is over, if stage 3 goes ahead, there's been an analysis of all this. The personal income tax paid by high-income earners would be very similar after the full stage 3 that it was before. The top rate at 45% would remain unchanged, but would apply to taxable incomes over $200,000 instead of $180,000. But a distributional analysis undertaken by Treasury confirms what Innes said. The top 1% of taxpayers would pay 17% of total income tax in 2024-25, but previously they only paid 16.7%. So the top 1% Innes would be paying more tax under this system.
Yeah, proportionally. So that's where the fairness, the argument that this isn't fair falls apart, because it is not distorting or skewing things so that those who earn more are paying less of the total tax cut take. That's the basis of the argument that's been made, and Treasury itself has blown that out of the water.
Absolutely.
What this is about is putting more money into people's pockets in a sustainable way, and something that's been agreed for and planned for 6 years.
Absolutely. And we shouldn't be talking about it now, as you said, because this is 2024. Always great to talk to you. Beacon of common sense in us. We'll keep in touch on this and other matters, but thank you for your time tonight.
Thanks, Alan.
The widely experienced Innes Wilcox, has been in this game a long time, knows the scene backwards. It's fairly common sense, isn't it? We'll talk to him again too, as these matters continue to be debated.